So it's best to use actually washing soap.
Wait, Omo.
Yeah.
Seth.
Yes.
Skip.
Yes.
Mac.
Yes.
Yeah. Mac. Otherwise, talent for talent would take on a lot of countries, bro.
All I asked is, what's your top 5, Chief?
Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, shit.
Oh, okay. The
I
nominees.
missed them. I think a lot of people. I don't know if it's global warming, man, but the past few summers have been cold. There's no ice. It's cold. Like, what's going on, bro?
I think it's just a word. I've said this before, my forehead.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong with your forehead, man?
You said the same thing last time I said it.
the same
The
Yeah,
same
like,
way.
what the fuck is wrong with that?
You're just like a naughty kid at heart. Like you always have been. Like you remain that, and it's almost like when things are going too well, you need to find a way to fuck it up.
Yes.
Hey, Penduka, do you know about this ball check thing?
Bolt check.
Ball check.
Ball check.
Yeah.
For cancer.
No. Apparently, it's something that girls do if they want to check if you're cheating or not.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they check your balls.
Yeah, they check your balls.
What do they do to the balls? How do the balls tell on you?
Fact checker just said, oh.
Oh, she done it.
knows. She's been doing that.
You've done the ball check, fact checker, eh? So apparently, like, if you come home, like, let's say after a night out, right? And your balls seem to have, like, shrunk a bit, it means you release some
That's
semen.
bullshit.
And then if your balls are still intact, it means you haven't.
It seems like
Wait,
fact
if
checker
your
knows
balls...
this
Wait.
and believes in it.
If your balls are laying, it means you haven't.
So if your balls look smaller than usual,
Yeah, if your balls have now retracted and now
it means
are
you
shy to come
released.
out,
Yeah,
it means
yeah.
you just come.
yeah.
And if your balls are laying, it means...
If they're normal, they look normal.
No, but isn't that to do with the temperature? Because like when it's cold, yes. So when it's cold, your balls then want all the body heat that you have. Therefore, your balls retract into your body like that.
Yeah.
Almost. You know what I mean?
That's what
I
I
don't
know
think
as
when
well.
you're grown up, your balls don't retract though, do they?
And it's a bit weird.
I
if-
must send out Lingani. You can tell by the silence, but I must send out Lingani. But yeah, no man, that's a function of the weather.
and also,
Temperature.
but it's a bit weird if it's hot as fuck outside and you said, hey, it was cold. No, I'm saying, let's say you're saying against the weather.
Yes.
So you're saying because it's cold, your balls will shrink, right?
Yes,
But then it's fucking hot outside, so you can't get away with
and
it.
your balls are not makhuni. Because I thought to keep. I can't see the woman on makhuni.
Hey.
Oh crap.
My
Nah, I don't
question-
believe that, man. Come on. And also like who's gonna why would any woman be like, I wanna inspect your balls?
Women are crazy, bro. What are you talking about?
Why would you agree to have your balls
Yeah,
inspected?
I'd say, why would a man agree to that?
That's
though?
like that's also you see when you
No,
get
I
to
don't think there's any consent, guys. I don't think the lady goes, can I check your balls now? Maybe when you're sleeping or something. There's no way. Like, it's a check
no
before
one
you
can
get in the
check your
bed.
balls when you're sleeping. The only way a person can check your balls if you're awake. There's no ways. Because you gotta like allow them. You can't just see balls. You know what I mean? Like they're there. You know, they're hidden. They're there.
Have you heard about it, though, the ball check?
I've
never.
heard of it. When you've explained, I've heard of that.
Oh, wow.
But I feel like it's just invasion of someone's privacy. Because how would now I feel if I was having this vagina test?
Exactly, you see.
That's not fair.
That's
so
inhumane.
Women who do that, like, imagine if it went vice versa. And maybe if you're with someone, you feel the need to do that, like, just leave that relationship.
But
I was about to say.
But with a woman, you can feel. If you know your woman, you can feel someone was here.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a recovered stolen car? Have you ever been in a recovered stolen car? It just doesn't feel right. Or if someone broke into your house. I remember when I was 7, someone broke into our house.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but it just doesn't feel right. It's like, no, man.
No, man.
Shit. Uyabheka uthi yo badabule cable engihlonipha kangaka ikhebule ye-TV bayidabulile bayisikile yo amahargeni bawenzeni so you can tell mabenyakazisa amahargeni mfana bathi badabula nezinto ukuthi hayi man hayi man.
So has that happened to you before where you can feel man something?
Not really. The feeling has happened where I was like, hey, hi. But I can't address it because how do you say it? You know what I mean? How do you say it? You're like, hey, man.
What if there was a change in temperature? It's a certain time of the month, whatever. Maybe it's ovulation. I don't know.
Yeah, I felt that. But sometimes I also felt like maybe it was my mind playing games. Exactly. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, let's say, ngihambile for a long time, or hambile uvakashile, or whatever, and then you feel like it's your mind playing games.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't happen on any other day. Or maybe it did, but I feel like it's my mind. So you can't raise it because you don't have a leg to stand on. You don't have substantial proof. Saying it feels baggy is not enough. You know what I mean? Like,
I've also heard of the smell check as well.
Smell check.
Yes.
Which one is that?
Girls will say they can smell the balls. Something was up. You came from somewhere. You did something.
I can believe that because some women
the condom will smell, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes, true.
Exude. So I've heard of those.
That makes more logical sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because a kind of scent, like when you're having sex, there's a scent that, you just know the sex scent. So
which one is that one?
It's the sixth scent.
Something fishy, yeah.
Yeah, you're smelling something. You're smelling something.
You can smell the exchange of juices, guys. How I know.
Yeah, but true. Different women have different smells. What brings that about, actually? I've always been curious. Some women really some say it's a pH balance, but some it's like, yo.
And those that don't bath don't make it easy.
People who don't
women
bath.
are so different. They go from being the hygiene is really great, And if you've lived with a woman and she's got super hygiene, then that's why we're not having problems because you see the process, right? But some, it happens, man. And sometimes it's a clean woman. It's not like a woman who doesn't bath or it's a clean CEO of a whole CEO. But yay.
And then there's those ones
when it's time she my CEO we are no guy, so sometimes what happens there? And I know it's nature and stuff.
And you know who else is dangerous? The ladies in the club that dance too much. You know the ones that dance all night.
Oh shit!
Oh, those are dangerous.
For real?
Hey, those are dangerous. Take those ones home, my man.
She must dance in the shower, man. Before we do our thing. But
same as the balls, guys. Honestly, they also smell. No.
I'm not saying that I can say directly. I'm not saying that is a function of
lack of pants.
Literally. Otherwise, generally, but with women, sometimes we find it depends what to fageni, even worse. Yes, because of the pH balance and the pH of the vagina.
Obviously, maybe infections. It could be anything then.
Because is it pure soap? Is it? No, but the soap, you can't just use any soap for the vagina, bro.
Yeah, no, true, you're right.
I know pure soap is good as well, right? Yeah. I've seen pure soap around my I like Tipo Barney, right? Always in Tipo Barney. Oh, yeah, so it's a pH balance thing, because you guys are because sometimes I'm under.
Yeah.
Have you seen women panties sometimes?
Discoloring of the
there's the bleaching around the vaginal area.
It's actually sometimes
pH.
caused by soap. Obviously with your whatever you're excreting, just natural juices, but your discharge. So it's but when you use a certain soap, then it creates that thing on your discoloring of your panty. Mm-hmm. So it's best to use actually washing soap.
Wait, Omo.
Yeah.
Seth.
Yes.
Skip.
Yes.
Mac.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, you're a lucky soap. Hey, I thought Kankalax was the lucky soap. You're the lucky soap, dog.
Actually, you can't use standard lax. That causes discoloration, actually.
Oh, so you can't use lax?
No.
It's the unlucky lax.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
It's a washer.
TPO wash is actually better.
For a cuckoo?
Yeah.
No way. For a cuckoo?
No, for a paint.
Oh,
Even for men as well. Even for men as well, actually. Because you men also get discoloration on like...
we don't get discoloration on our underwear. No, our underwear. How? We don't get discoloration. How? Balls don't cause discoloration. Men don't get discoloration of underwear unless like after many washes.
I've seen my washing line discoloration. Yeah.
Are you for real?
I've seen somewhere, I don't know where, but you.
So your pH balance has to do with mostly how you wash your private part. It's not like food and stuff also.
No, I think also this
balance has to
Speak on the mic, dude. You should know this by now.
Sorry, my bad. No, pH balance, Sol, it has to do with your hormones, the food you eat, you know. So what she's explaining is just about washing the underwear so it doesn't get discolored. Because what happens is almost like a chemical reaction. Because it's acidic, right? Your discharge.
Yes,
and then whatever soap you use reacts.
Yes.
And then the discoloration occurs. And then with what you're asking, that with women who are also clean, how come they can have a fishy smell? Sometimes it's simply because they have vignosis, right? So vignosis, Busi can Google, it's just something that occurs. It's like an infection. It's not necessarily sexually transmitted. Just like when you have a yeast infection, for example. You can get a yeast infection because you're not eating right or because you washed your underwear with the wrong soap.
Yeah, or you
because
just work so hard,
wearing-
you're a breadwinner. You end up with a yeast infection.
Oh my
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's many factors, including even tight underwear can cause a yeast infection.
I've heard of tight underwear, yes.
Tight jeans. So it's different things that can cause it.
But
But it's curable.
Yeah. It's nature, right?
What did you say? That thing is called Vignosis.
Yeah.
Vignosis. Sounds deadly. Sounds deadly. Vignosis.
but she just said it's curable, right? Yeah. Okay.
It's curable, but it sounds deadly.
Yeah, it sounds dangerous.
Yeah, it sounds Vignosis.
Vignosis. Oh, yeah. Vignosis.
Ungamoni unje lo mntwana une-Vignosis.
Actually,
Vignosis.
the full name is bacterial vignosis, and it's basically when all the bacteria in your body basically excretes from your body, your vagina. So it's not an illness.
Yeah.
It's something that normally happens via discharge. The only thing that causes it to become a problem is if you are wearing a certain fabric of underwear or there's something going on down there, then it will cause your yeast infections and other issues, but it's normal.
Man, we love pussy, mara. The shit that happens there, man.
vaginas go through a
Yeah,
lot,
vagina
guys.
is very
very sensitive.
active and very sensitive, and it's very special.
Yeah. That's why you have a lot of gynecologists are constantly fully booked.
So has anyone had Vignosis here?
And it's
that I know
nature.
of.
It's not like it's
Why are you saying spew?
spew it.
After such a great tutorial about vignosis, why not go to spew on the vignosis?
Wayathanda nothatha no spew.
Ayo,
Eh?
ayamthanda yo.
When is Lobola? Who's taking out Lobola for who?
It's Mukhomu taking out the Lobola. Obviously. Yeah. He's sending his Mukhomu.
Anyway, nah, but man,
Oh, shit.
ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sopenduka is here. Timbers here. Coast Lady is here. Mrs. Vignosis is here.
Get him in a go yard, no war. Big black
Shots is here, Tato's here, Neo's here, Fetchek is here, Simpio is here. By the way, we've got a massive announcement that we're going to make today. Make sure you tune into the end of the episode. Nick, who's a publisher, he's our friend of the show. He'll be joining us to make that announcement. Something big is coming. Something big. Something that I hope that you guys will like. Otherwise, Penduka, what's been going on this week, man? What's been on your mind, my dog?
Oh, shit. Are we starting it like that?
Yeah, you got to switch it up sometimes,
Hey,
my dog.
nigga.
Yo.
Man, shout out to all the South Africans doing great things. I want to start with the kids, the under-20 World Championship in the spirit of the Olympics that just ended. Shout out to our Paralympics, the team. They're there now. But I want to talk about the under-20 championships. What's Walaza? It's Bayanda. Walaza.
Bayanda.
Bayanda, right? Yeah, he's been doing great. We have
Did
an athlete.
the LES make it today
Where?
to the Paralympics?
Hi, bo.
He's got a weak heart. He's not disabled, man. Ow, wow. He's got heart problems, man. He's not disabled.
No,
No, man, I got it from PNC, man. That shit was fun.
Hey! You know, it's always brave. You see, the reason why I don't want to joke about COVID a lot during COVID is because of it could happen now. Part,
Oh, yes.
So that joke is very brave. Joke about someone's weak heart.
Oh, yes.
Because, hey, get wise. What God has
Oh,
in store for you.
No, remove that.
Heart to heart.
Yeah, remove that, damn.
But it's not removed on PNC, you know, it's there. It's like what I'm saying, like, hey, a heart, you know what I mean? We all out here. We don't know what can happen.
He didn't have a stroke.
Wait, was it a heart attack or stroke?
No, it was a stroke.
What is a stroke? No,
Oh,
it couldn't have been a
a
heart
stroke.
attack. Yeah.
Oh.
Does anyone know what's happening? What's the latest?
I don't have weak strokes. I don't know. What's the latest on this thing?
Yeah.
Oh, stroke. Oh, I get. They get. That's fine. It's different folks.
What's the latest with the? What's the latest with the list?
Are healthier than
There
others.
hasn't been anything updated regarding the list, and the person that you're looking for is Bayanda Walaza, and he's 18 years old, according to Wikipedia.
The boys in matric, he just won the 100 meter and the 200 meters at the World Championships under 20s. Future fucking star.
The relay, though. He was part of the.
He was part of the South African Olympic relay that won silver, the 4x100 men's, with Akane, Simbine, and them. That relay, right? Yeah, it was part of that relay, and he's doing really great. And then there's another kid. It's controversial, but I remember I said here, guys, and I said that Chidima of this world, it's still gonna happen. And I made reference to Daimani, the rugby player who's Nigerian dad, right? Udeme Okon, South African kid, Nigerian name, as you can hear, won the 400 meters, right? He's the champion there. And when he got interviewed, you can hear he's got a South African accent, like you grew up in Kas. You can hear he's South African. And my thing is, Twala mom, they say, Twala mom, but it's South African. And
he did say his dad is Nigerian.
And he's got a Nigerian, yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have been saying that there's an agenda to wipe off our identity as South African, this and this and that. Firstly, guys, I said this a few weeks ago. It's globalization. And secondly, if you are from a country that economically has possibilities for people and a greener pasture for a lot of people, guess what? People are going to migrate. If you're from a country where there's a lot of multinational companies, MTN, for example, is a South African company that's all over Africa. Including in Nigeria. And some Nigerians who are doing well that side will get transferred to the main office and come here and work. And they're going to have kids. When you go to Ghana or you go wherever, you want bums. You know, say you're not married, Mac, and you're going to get bums. Even worse, we're from a country with the most beautiful woman in the world. And guys are going to get bums. Guys are going to fall in love, going to get married. Some won't even get married. Hell, I'm not married. I've got a child and I'm South African. How many people, you don't even need to get married. Some things happen between humans, it's relationships. So these things are going to happen. And we must just look at it. Yeah, you can ask questions and whatever. Because with Chidima, people ask questions and it turned out there was a crime that happened. But there are many other kids where there was no crime that happened because there's just so many foreigners in the country because economically it's viable to come to South Africa.
What's the latest with Chidima? Is she winning? Miss Nigeria.
I'm not sure. That Miss Universe Nigeria. What's happening there?
So the South Africans now are supporting the other girl. It's Miss Kwara. She's
yeah.
I don't know if it's a province or a region.
South Africa.
Yeah. So
What do you mean they're supporting? What do they do?
So basically, she is a plus size kind of model. And
Yeah.
It was like, wow, to have someone.
She's an overweight human. Like
She's in the finalist.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She's part of the,
So it's vote based.
I'm not sure how entirely, what these
To what
votes,
extent the
they're
votes
going
influence.
to go. Yes, yeah.
Oh, Dudu says it is vote based.
Oh, okay.
Only, purely. Like as in our votes, online votes, nothing else. Oh, wow.
So South Africans are voting for the
Yes.
person.
Yeah.
They're spiting.
Yes.
They want to spite.
Yeah.
They're spiting the organizers.
South Africans are unruly, man.
Right, bro.
Imagine.
I was like, "Niyahlupa, guys. Let's see again."
Yeah, so I just want to shout out to those people, man. The kids doing really great. But I've got a very special shout out, man. Mlungisi Maseko. Mlungisi Maseko. It's a guy from Albert Lutuli municipality somewhere in Mpumalanga. It's Albert Lutuli. Moy Plus village, yeah. Chief Albert Lutuli municipality. What would you do, bro, with 1.3 million rands?
Whew, travel, man.
From RAF.
How?
Travel. What would you do? 1.3 million rands from RAF. Let's say you got an accident. So you can spend the money on other things because the money is meant to take care of you. But you can, you're still fine. What would you do?
Just do something for the family. I don't know. Like, what do we do as a family?
For real? Nice. Oh, but you're married. You're a wife and married. Okay, fair enough.
Same thing she does every day.
No, like...
Yeah, well, that community hasn't had water for like 15 years. They've been struggling with water. Plus 40-something million was wasted by that municipality last year. The guy got money from RAF. Mlungisi Maseko, 1.3 million rands. He used it to provide water for his fucking community.
Wow.
How fucking selfless is that,
Wow.
bro?
Shout out to him.
Like
Man, I would never.
1.3 million. No one would ever.
Never. They can go thirsty, my man.
I don't think I would ever, bro. I don't
never.
know so. No, same here, man. I don't want to lie and say I'm going to be a hero here.
No.
Echo, 1.3 million. Plus, I'm from the village. When you're thinking about building a house, you know what I mean? Your family, taking care, shit, a lot of things. Get a car, start a business. The guy put water tanks, piping, etc. to help people get water in his community. And I feel like he deserves one of those orders. I think the order of I know the order of Ikamanga commemorates people in sports, music, arts and culture, and journalism. But like the order of Baobab, I think as well, has to do with like your human, efforts to alleviating human conditions. Yeah, I really believe he deserves that, bro.
Okay.
Bro, and because they're gonna end up Shanga man's like.
Summertime!
Spring.
yeah. But like I saw that and I was like, wow, man, that is beautiful. 1.3 million is a lot of money.
So all of it, like he didn't take any of it, none of it.
I don't know how much of it he took, but towards the thing, 1.3 million he spent. Towards
shout
the
out,
water
man.
thing.
Shout
I don't know
out
how
to
much
him,
he got
man.
in total. Mlungisi Maseko, what a fucking hero. Putting the municipal workers and the government guys to shame.
Okay, I'm still checking.
Yeah, fact checker.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm still checking Mlungisi's sum up of money, how much he got, but he got the RAF in 2018. And then as for the Miss Nigeria Universe contestants, no, the top 10 is chosen via the votes. However, they were closed on Saturday, which is today. And then once they are closed, they are going to have to meet up with judges who will then choose the crowning or reigning Miss Nigeria Universe.
Man, I keep waiting for the day this Chidima thing is going to end. It doesn't seem like it's going to end anytime soon.
Nah, it will end at some point.
It doesn't end.
I saw a TikToker. His name is Ola. I think his name is Ola. So he did a post about top 10 African countries with the most talent. We'll just do the top 5 because we don't have enough time to do top 10.
Most talent.
Yeah.
South Africa is number 1, bro.
You think South Africa is number 1? Okay, give me your top 5. Give me your top 5. Top 5 African countries with the most talent.
Talent?
Yeah, give me a top 5.
Number 1, bro.
Okay.
What do you mean? We just had 2 kids now who won like at gold championships. We've got the best lawyers. Look at what they did against Israel in the international court. We've got the best doctors. You know, there's like a doctor of Japanese descent, South African, who's like one of the richest doctors in the world. Does amazing things. I forgot his name. You can fact check him. Elon Musk, fucking comedians, Trevor Noah, podcast and chill, broadcasters.
Okay.
Dude, we've got crazy talent. We're the best rugby playing nation in the world. Cricket, we've never won a World Cup, and that really is so disappointing. But we're one of the most talented countries in the world. A lot of we've got all the ingredients to be a great country. A lot of the bad things in this country point to politics and our leaders. That's it. Otherwise, talent for talent would take on a lot of countries, bro.
All I asked is, what's your top 5, Chief?
Oh shit! Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah. But it's beautiful, right? Hey man, South Africa, bro, with the shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to lie. I'd say in Africa.
Yes, in Africa, sir.
South Africa.
Number 1.
Second, I'll take Nigeria.
Yeah.
Because of the industries and Bollywood and stuff and music.
Nollywood.
Fela Kuti, Fela. I mean, they've got a rich heritage when it comes to music. Let's not lie.
But that was chopped, eh? You know they chopped that.
What did they chop?
Afro beats.
Shit.
Yeah.
Everybody going to chop breakfast and Afrobeat. Where did they chop it?
Yeah, they chop it from who?
Jamaica. Please check for me. Jamaica, yeah.
Oh, dance hall.
Dancehall,
Is
yeah.
it? Oh, yeah.
But you know that what Fela used to make was called Afrobeats. You know that?
Yes.
Way before,
Way
in the
before.
80s or 70s. And then this new Afrobeats, you're right. The sound is very... I saw Buju Banton's interview on Drink Champs. Is it Buju Banton? Yes, Buju Banton. Yeah, it is. The groove, you know? But the original Afrobeat was Fela. The sound Fela Kuti and them used to make.
Yeah, but Nigeria, they chop, dog. Just like they're chopping piano now.
Yeah.
Chop.
And then...
More piano.
more piano. And I'm going to go with Cameroon.
Okay.
Manu Dibango. Mama say, Mama Kosa.
Okay.
Mama say.
4.
And if you look at talent, Kylian Mbappe's of this world, they're from Cameroon. And then I'll go with talent.
You're thinking of yours, Ghost Lady? I'm coming to you after this.
I'm on 3 now.
Yeah, you're on 3.
Nigeria, South Africa, Nigeria, Cameroon. I'm gonna go with
Fender.
Venda is in South Africa. Don't worry, man. There's no Bantu stands now. Venda is South African. I'm gonna go with Senegal.
Okay.
Because of I'm thinking about the sports now, right? Senegal, quite big. Talent. Damn, homie.
You done it 4.
I'm done at 4.
Okay.
A 5th one would just be a filler.
All right, cool. Ghost Lady, what's your top 5?
Okay.
Now I'm coming to you. Ne?
For some reason, I have to put Angola in there.
Okay.
Angola.
Why?
I know, guys. It's just one of those underrated countries, but there's a lot that is happening there. Like in terms of...
The women. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, Angolan
Top
women.
tier,
I've heard
top
that.
tier.
More than South African.
No, not more.
Oh, exactly.
But, yeah.
And it's a young country. It's a young country. There's just the whole thing about it's a young country and it's just, it's run by young people.
Okay,
Exactly
so
that.
you got Angola. Who else?
Yeah. Obviously Nigeria. I would put Kenya.
Okay.
Oh, yes, Kenya. 5 is Kenya, my friend.
All right.
Those
are the only countries you know in
No,
Africa.
South Africa, number
Big
1.
Mangele, who
South
told
Africa,
her?
number 1.
Someone told her, young man, because I knew she was going to finish without South Africa. Who told her South Africa?
No, Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
I was like, no,
Zimbabwe.
actually, I forgot South Africa.
So you rank South Africa 4th?
No,
And it's
No,
okay.
it's not
okay.
order.
No, not in the
Oh,
no
order.
order. Oh,
I'm just naming things.
It's okay.
There's no order.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, what are the countries that
Okay,
are
top
there?
4 is fine.
Okay.
Crazy talent.
Neo, you give me yours. Your top 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Ghana.
Ghana.
Ghana's big, yeah, with the football. What's these guys' name? Even the boys, man, the brothers, the siblings.
Yeah. So according to this guy, this is number 5 is Ghana.
Oh, nice.
4 Egypt. 3 Ethiopia.
Ooh.
2 South Africa. 1 Nigeria.
Nah, one is South Africa. Let me tell you why, right?
Wow.
Let me tell you. No. The thing is, if you look at Nigeria
I believe so.
and the amount of stars that they're number 1. If you look at the amount of stars they produce, be it in the sporting fraternity or in the arts and culture, and then you look at South Africa, we take them on, yet we've got like 4 times less human beings in our country who are South African. You see what I mean? And you look at the numbers, so you must scale it down for it to make sense
So
percentage-wise.
imagine if there were 300 million South Africans.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm a piano beat. Then comes I won't be able to walk in the mall in Canada. You know what I mean? Things would be on steroids. So if you look at it like that, there's only like 60 million and maybe way less South Africans out there, you know? And
I get you, man.
Yeah, true.
And speaking about music, shout out to Chicco Twala.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's been reported that Chicco Twala has secured a groundbreaking deal with US-based company Universal Royalty Exchange, which aims to elevate the country's performing artists on the international stage.
Wow.
The deal seeks to benefit 30,000 South African recording artists, according to reports. Universal Royalty Exchange Executive Director Bruce Miller, who's the brother of Grammy Award winner Mary J. Blige, and has worked with top musicians such as Jay-Z, 50 Cent, is part of the company, according to reports. Chicco Twala partners with the US company to pave the way for South African artists. So it's safe to say Chicco Twala twelling Mzansi, ne?
Gosh.
Once.
Shout out,
But
man.
do we trust Chicco after what he did to Brenda Fassie? Do we trust him? Is he going to lead us to the promised land? I'm just asking.
For me, it's bigger than my opinion. Personally, I don't. I mean, Mom Yvonne Chaka Chaka also cried that she never received royalties. But how would he rock these people? You know, because it's not like it's dancers and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Who maybe will get opportunities. Obviously, there's something in for him because no one is ever going to do... there's something in it for him.
Yeah.
Because nobody's ever going to do anything for free, right? But there's going to be opportunities as well. But do I... Nah, I don't trust them, but I don't think this is not a matter of copyrights, and it's just giving people opportunities.
What do you think?
So
Jose?
shout
I
out
think
to him.
at the end of the day, it's about the contractual agreements that are signed at the end of the day between these artists who get now these opportunities. So it's overall, yes, there is that thing that then, but yes, people are exploited then, but you can still get people who get exploited now. So we can't really argue that oh no, we're in the times now when people know and understand, but until they sit down and have whatever agreements that they sign to. So it's a tricky one.
Oh yeah, and the nominees for the Summers have been announced, ne?
Oh,
What?
Yes.
For real?
they were announced. I thought it was
There's
just
no
that
hype
the
with this.
Summers were
Eh?
announced.
So
Sorry?
I
Summers are
didn't
still
know
a
it
thing.
was the nominees.
Oh, the nominees were not announced.
I'll have to
Dudu,
check.
were the nominees announced or just the fact that
If
it's
they
happening?
did, I missed them. And I think a lot...
Oh, that is happening. Oh, okay, the
I
nominees.
missed
have been
them. I think a lot of people... I don't know if it's global warming, man, but the past few summers have been cold. There's no hype. It's cold. Like, what's going on, bro?
I think it's just awards ceremonies in general, dog. Even the metros, is there hype around the metros? I think people are just over these things, man.
True, ne? Because even the BETs, as much as we were there, you still feel like people are just not into them anymore.
Bro, you know what I was
But the
thinking?
summers have also been horrible. That also, contributes to no one talking about them.
Bro, you know what I was thinking the other day? There used to be shows that the whole country would watch at a specific time. So maybe it's generations.
Yizo,
At 8
yizo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, at 8 p.m. we are all watching.
Yizo,
The
yizo,
summers, we are all watching on a
watching.
Saturday
Could
or
be Miss
whatever.
South Africa
Miss South
even.
Africa, we are all watching. Like there were those shows that we all would watch, no matter what you're doing.
Yeah, true.
What is that for this generation? What show is that?
I heard Selima Toons is making a comeback. I don't know if it's going to make a song quite like it.
Hey, because I feel like the only time that happened was during COVID when we were all watching that Shimza thing.
Oh yeah.
The mixing thing.
No, we didn't have a choice, guys. We didn't have a choice.
But I'm saying that was the last time, like collectively as a country, we were all watching. What was that show called? The mixing show?
I forgot it.
Lockdown.
Lockdown. House party lockdown. Nice one.
Hey, Musi, what are you guys watching? Like, what are you kids watching?
Yeah.
Can you please repeat the question? I'm still busy looking into the summers.
But I feel like with us, in Shaka Ilembe, we did. I don't want to lie, bro.
Oh yeah.
Shaka Ilembe, I tuned in, bro. I did not catch that shit up till I was there. With certain shows, because you see, even on Twitter when they trend, I know Isbaya when it started used to be on that tip. Shaka Ilembe,
Emmanuel. Everybody watched Emmanuel.
Did everybody?
Yeah.
I always just fell asleep, eh? I always fell asleep waiting for it. Yeah, waiting for it.
So you never watched it?
Or
No,
like
it was
Van
like
Damme
access to like
movies.
real porn.
Everybody's seen all the Van Damme movies. You had access to real porn.
Yeah, like I was in primary, but I had access to the porn. I was like,
Primary.
yeah, I was yeah. Oh,
Ghost Lady, what you got for us, man? What you got for us?
So, guys, there was a video that went up of Khanyi Mbau during the week. I don't know if you saw, and
I
she
saw
was
that.
sharing like the progress of her recovery. She's just had plastic surgery, and we saw her looking pretty hurt and injured. It looked a bit
not
rough.
pretty.
But that procedure, what she did, is called blepharoplasty. That's what it is called. And so she said the reason why she's gone under the knife again is that she's tired of doing your fillers, whether it's your Botox and stuff, which she has to do like every couple of months, even, or 3 months, or weeks. So now this is another procedure she can do, at least that just lasts longer. And yeah, so now basically Khanyi Mbau is pioneering. I feel like she's pioneering something new, and we're going to see a lot of women go down this lane as well. And yeah.
How do you feel about it? Are you excited?
I'm not excited because, guys, with all this information, like funny enough, on my timeline, I see a lot of people just going through recoveries, whether they've done like certain surgeries, and it looks very brutal, like it looks very hard. So I feel like this is, at the end of the day, this is like elective surgery. So you really do it when you really have to. But it seems like there are people who also just do it for the sake of, and just to keep up with the times. And that's what Khanyi Mbau, I think she represents. Like, it's just pushing this thing of like, this fantasy of just looking forever young. And sometimes like we need to embrace aging. It's okay, Yeah,
because the thing with Khanyi Mbau, she prides herself in like being the first to do something, but geez, man, when does it stop? I mean, I love Khanyi Mbau. She's my queen, man.
Yeah.
But fucking hell.
I wish
When does it
whatever
stop,
she's looking
bro?
for, she finds it, man. Be it to be happy with how she looks.
Actually, I feel
be
like
it to
she doesn't find it because this is now she's going to go.
Yes.
She's doing
I'm
it
saying
again.
this, Ngama because it's a rabbit hole. You go down the rabbit hole, you pay like whoopee. My thing is like, what are you chasing, dude? Khanyi Mbau used to be like the most beautiful woman there was.
She doesn't want to age,
She
bro.
was beautiful.
She's chasing youth,
She's
basically.
chasing
But
youth.
black don't crack. You age and you're still looking beautiful. See, things you don't chase youth like that. If you're 18, everybody knows you're 18, you look 24, it's still going to be a vibe around you that we know that you are 50, 60. You know what I mean? Like, is youth in the face? Is youth in the skin? Is youth in the how you look? Or is youth in your spirit and how you carry yourself?
Oh, no, now it's what we see.
You can be 50, 60 and be youthful. We see that you're aging and that's just nature, right? And also youth is in the gym. Yes, I know I'm a fine one to talk. I mean, look at me. But like I've met guys at the gym who are 65. There's a guy who's 65 and he doesn't look 65. Guy we're talking, he's like, how old do you think I am? White guy. And I'm like, maybe late 40s, early 50s, like I'm 65.
Whoa.
You know? Gyms. So to me, it's like whatever she wants to catch up with or make up for, I hope she finds it, man. But because show me one person who okay, maybe the cast of the bold and the beautiful, they've remained looking the same, and it's been 20 years now. But a lot of times it doesn't work like that when you do all these surgeries to look young, because you end up with all these weird lips and looking funny anyway, and very plastic.
Yeah.
You know, so whatever makes her happy, man. I hope she finds whatever she's trying to attain.
What would you guys change if you were to go under the knife? What would you enhance or change? Be honest.
I've said this before, my forehead.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong with your forehead, man?
You said the same thing last time I said it. The same
like
way.
what the fuck is wrong with it? And I should ask the kid, like, what the fuck is wrong with your forehead? People are insecure about the weirdest things, but that's why they're insecurities.
Bro, what must I say? I'm perfect. Niti, poison. It's the only thing I can find
You
wrong.
feel like it's too small, too big, too flat?
Too big. What else can I say, guys? I'm happy with
But he's
everything
very
else.
insecure about his forehead. It's weird. Yeah. You've said
Is
this
that why
for
you wear
many
the
years.
cap a lot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kulula Mbega?
It's weird. I don't
No,
know.
it's not like I lose sleep over my forehead. No, it doesn't bother me. But to answer your question, if I had to find something to answer your question, it would be a forehead. But other than that, I'm happy with everything, man.
Only thing I'll
Would
change is
you
my
do
eye.
lipo?
Oh, no.
No.
Only thing I'll change is my eyes. Like, just
Your
to
eyes?
see- to see better.
Oh,
Yeah, and that's practical.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's who I am.
But you know that men are going under the knife and doing liposuction, and it's very popular amongst
fuck
men.
for?
No, honestly, if you're trying,
Yeah, remember you told
if
us-
you really want to lose weight and you want to, or just get the body, the physique, that's another option.
You said this about the parliamentarians, that they get six packs and going under the
It's
knife.
becoming very popular
For real?
with men.
No.
Yeah.
I'd never do that, bro. No matter
I
how
would-
big my stomach is, not a chance.
Thing is, for me, it's like the conditions afterwards. The pains. Is it worth it? Now you can't have sex. You can't.
While you're DJing, your belly button falls.
To
pick it up.
Picking up his board. Shit. Now you gotta pick up his board and trim the brake. Like, crap. Yeah. Nah.
Guys, there's another one where
I'm
it's these
good.
veneers. Like it's a new trend, like it's another one. And for me, they bother me.
Jazzy
honestly.
get those?
Mr. Jazzy got
Just
them.
got new teeth,
Like,
right?
I didn't
You
freak
got a
me
new
out.
style.
I'm borderline, like, this is a phobia now.
This is what
These teeth
happens
look
when
too
you have
big.
too much money and you don't know what to do with it. Veneers, what
Also,
the
it's
fuck,
part of
bro?
it's part of just having too much money and
Also,
not
people
knowing
who
what
go
to do.
do that procedure, can't they actually choose like a size down? Do they have to be that big?
So veneers are which ones now?
The teeth.
They are white, or
Yeah,
like
the
what?
white, but it's
It's not like braces.
No, braces are different.
So veneers, you put in fake teeth.
Yes.
How was it? How were Jazzy's
huge.
teeth before?
I don't know. Please.
Did he release a statement?
No, he released a picture.
So when did you have this procedure?
Well, he was training for you having new teeth.
Hey,
lately.
I'm going to the operations. Hey,
man.
nah, man. But also, Mac, is it having too much money, or is sometimes you do have money to fix the things?
Yeah, you can
like
fix
Diddy
them.
used to have funny teeth, remember? And like fucked up teeth, and he fixed them. So sometimes money gets you that. The access to fix things you can't. And there's things you can fix like weight on your own, right? And there's things you can't fix like teeth. If you got fucked up teeth, you got fucked up teeth, bro.
Yeah, I guess for me, my confidence is from within. It's not like from the outside. So it's not about what I look like. Either I have good teeth or not. I'll
Hence, I
always
wouldn't
be
change shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just my teeth.
Because I remember I was chatting to Murder and he told me that after
He also had the.
after he changed his teeth, he's never had confidence like that before. It's like he used to struggle to speak in front of people with the teeth that he had. For real? Yeah, and if that works for him, that works for him. But for me, it's like, bro, these teeth are from my grandmother, man. I cherish them. It's a piece of her.
True, because how you look, and that's a deeper conversation, how you look
represents.
it represents the lineage from
Yeah.
which you come from. Your great-grandfathers, your uncles, your kokos,
But sometimes
people who
it's
are
a flaw.
amagos now.
That's a flaw as well. Like, so let's say you've got an overbite. That thing is now worth fixing if you have the money. It's okay. You understand?
Also,
You can't necessarily embrace a flaw.
you can.
No, I'm just saying if the person opts to it's just kind of like give now I lack confidence. So in order to get the confidence, go ahead then. Fix the
And
teeth.
also-
With all the money he has and the fame, and still confidence is in the teeth.
Yeah. And also another thing is, everyone is starting to look the same with all these operations, bro. I couldn't tell the difference between Cyan Buji, Gogos Koteni. They all look the same, bro.
Bro. So true.
Hey, bro. It's wild.
He's looking like Cyan Buji.
It's
wild.
wild.
She's hot though. She's hot though. I won't lie, man. Whatever she did, the procedure, hey man, it's working. It's hot. Me, I always, if it looks nice, it looks nice. It's fake, yeah, it's fake, but it looks great, man. You know. Congratulations, you've achieved what you wanted, what you set out to achieve.
Fed checker.
I wanted to explain Saul's question about the reason why they are a bit bigger is because they do not remove your teeth. They just cut them on the sides to make space, and then they fit the veneers into your mouth.
So like they shave your original tooth.
Yes.
Yeah, it's shaved.
They shave your tooth.
So what's the difference between that and false?
Okay, apparently the procedure is a bit better, and I could say it's more polished because of our technology. And according to a site by a dentist, 2010 Smiles, it lasts up to 15 years once you have the veneers. So you do not have to,
Yeah. Whereas my false tooth, remember, you remove them,
in water.
Yeah.
Remember
I remember with my mom.
Yeah, even my mom had, I think, her upper ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had
My mom too.
upper, yeah.
Maybe we're missing out on something, guys. Maybe there's something we don't know.
No, I'd love to do my teeth, but like lighten.
What's wrong with your teeth?
No, there's nothing wrong with my teeth. But, just brighten them. But the veneers.
Nah, that's not
what would you like to change? What would you like to change?
No, I said I'd want to do like lipo, but guys, I'm scared.
So you don't like your tummy?
Yes.
What's wrong with your tummy?
After having babies, guys.
Yeah, I get with them, Shem.
After having babies, it's just the
And the
tummy
bum bum?
doesn't go.
The bum is fine,
No.
eh?
I don't really care. I'm not a fan of having a big bum. It doesn't.
What if her husband suggested
No, he's not.
somehow like...
No,
yeah,
he's against everything. But then because of, I would be like, look, the tummy. The tummy is like, okay, have another baby for me, maybe. But I think it's just a way to just keep me just hopeful.
Before we make the announcement, very sad news, man. R.I.P. to a wonderful broadcaster, Fresh's wife, DJ Fresh's wife, Thabiso Sikwane.
Yeah, ex-wife, yeah?
Ex-wife, sorry.
Yeah, recent
ex-wife. Yeah, man. I never met her. Did you ever meet her? Because you used to work with Fresh a lot.
Did I meet Thabiso? No.
Yeah.
What happened?
There's no news.
No cause of death announced.
Yeah.
But there's a statement that was made. I saw it first on Film Pela, then I saw Kaya News as well posted, and I was like, yeah,
This
it's
happened
real.
today.
I think it's today, yeah. It was marked 31st of August, which is today. Yeah. Yo, dude.
Death be not proud, man. Hey, people are dying, man. It's crazy.
Did they have an interview? Like, didn't you Fresh?
Yeah.
He dropped an interview yesterday, right?
Yeah, with her. Crazy, right?
Her last interview, like, how poetic. Her last interview was on Fresh's podcast. Like, crazy, dude. Yo, man, I saw that. I was like, yo. Which is also like a big fear, man, Because you can imagine what life looks like now. Who lives with the kids? I think there's still one who's young. I think the youngest with them was, I remember him. Okay, maybe let me not say the name, but like it's a kid. Probably maybe, I don't know. Maybe high school, still in school, man, So like now, because my fear has always been like, if anything happens to my baby mama, then, do I live with my child now, 24/7? Obviously, I would, but that's a huge change for anyone. That's a huge, huge change. Because now everything is cuffed in. It's you, Ein, whatever. Make sure that, it's huge, man. Ish, bro, and the kids as well, Oh, bro, like losing a mom, bro. A lot of people don't know up until you experience it. It's something else. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man.
Time for some announcements on that sad note. Geez, this is also sad because, Mpo Pop said operation.
Yeah. I found out in the group when everybody was like, get better. I'm like, what happened to Pop?
happened?
I had to call the manager.
Yeah.
And then Mpo told me, no, man. He went through, Mpo's the manager also. It's like
Hernia.
an operation. Hernia. Yes.
Which one is the hernia operation? Which
I
one
don't
is
know.
that?
What's a hernia operation? I'm
I don't know, it
clueless.
would look like a swelling that happens on the tummy or anywhere with the body, a hernia. But
It's
we
a
can
swelling.
get the not just a swelling. Maybe it's has its medical explanation properly.
Maybe he was doing a ball check. And they found a...
Hi, guys. How?
Put on my sand. A ball check. That ball check thing killed me, man. Imagine being subjected to your balls getting inspected
Before
when you
you
come
sleep.
home. There's no relationship there. It's
it's over.
Oh, you checking the pussy.
You pack your balls and you leave.
Pack your balls. But the ball is on your side of the court. What are you doing? Are you leaving or staying?
Yeah, fact checker, please explain what a hernia is.
Fatty.
Hernia operation, yeah?
So according to a site by Cleveland Clinic, the hernia surgery is basically a surgery where they basically take your organs that have been out or herniated back into the place that they're supposed to be in.
They take your organs.
That have
They
been
put
out.
it back, the herniated tissue back into the place. Into the place
it will
and
look
reinforce the barrier that's holding it.
What's the example?
There's different
still
types
lost.
of hernias as well. you know.
Yeah.
There's the inigual.
But
What
basically,
causes these things?
but it sounds like something from your body went out, is not in this position it needs to be.
Yes,
and then you need to
not
put it
where.
back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds
What
like that.
causes it? Is it just a raffle where it's like you're unlucky, or can we do something to avoid it?
So it says hernias can be resolved from
This is called
combination.
pops, man.
Oh, can we?
Actually, bro,
This is called pops, bro.
Come on, man.
Is it connected? Is it gonna work this time, man? Last time you showed us flames.
Yeah, man. Come on.
XMP.
Oh wow. There's a
Did the mic did the mix have a hernia operation as well? Because last time it wasn't operating. Yeah, let me call it. Which one is?
diarrhea, constipation, anything. It's just wow.
Constipation.
Yeah.
But at
No
least
shit.
he's
coughing.
he had a
No
successful
sneezing,
operation, so he's
Oh,
good.
nice.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Obesity, pregnancy, lifting of heavy
Obesity.
objects without stabilizing the abdominal muscles. I guess it's anything and
He
everything.
gyms his
Hey,
fit.
baby boy. Good, man. Can you hear us? Oh man, you're
bad,
breaking
it's
us. He was the same. It's the same.
It's bad.
Okay, let me try you on WhatsApp.
Oh, damn, bro. You call him direct.
Yeah, I was calling that.
You know, WhatsApp around.
But it doesn't sound like there's any difference in beer.
WhatsApp is bad here, man. It's horrible. But Pops is healthy. He gyms. He works out. Have you seen his gun?
Yeah. But it just sounds from this list, it just shows that anything can be possible.
You know, ever since I remember when we
Because
were
even say
kids.
that persistent coughing and sneezing
Shit.
can also cause a hernia. So it's just because
Sneezing?
of the pressure. Yeah. No, seriously. Because of the pressure that happens in your body. So it could just cause some displacement.
For real?
Yeah.
That is concerning. Cause for alarm.
Hey, baby boy.
What you say, my dogs?
Hey, Ukraine poison.
Hey, I'm alive, my boy.
Good, man. Listen, you're live on Podcast and Chill. Ghost Lady's here. Saul is here. Everybody's here, man.
What's up, Pops?
Hey, what's going on, Skolomzi?
All good, bro.
We're having a...
Ubonile leyo offense omase sitholile ntwana sitholile.
Ntolubani?
Offense omase ntwana.
Umwase.
Yeah.
Uthini umwase? Umwase mara, umwase.
Angisathi wena umnyama ntwana, athi we black man bathile no, said I never. Samlanda phezulu. Samlanda.
Ofuna ukuba mhlophe ngamo ofense.
Yeah, usenze yellow bone ngawe ntwana.
I see the bone offense, guys.
this guy's fine, man. He didn't have an operation. This guy's fine, guys.
He's okay. He's a rock star. Ever since operation. I'm doing operation.
No, we wanted to find out, baby boy, because we're having a discussion here. We didn't know what a hernia operation is. So can you break it down for us, man?
Yeah, man.
Man. So basically, a hernia is like when your intestines come out of your the stomach lining, right? So for those of us who slaughter, you'll know when you slaughter, maukipi like a hamsa,
Yes.
there's that layer that you need to cut through to get all the insides out, right?
Oh,
So
yes.
essentially what happened is my intestines ripped through that lining. So one ripped out of around the groin area, and then the other one was just underneath my navel, my belly button.
That's
Bro,
crazy.
so what when I'm assuming you feel something, you go to the doctor and the doctor says, "Oh shit, your intestines are running amok, they're out of place." How does that feel like? Did you feel something and you had to go to the doctor to have it checked out?
Yeah, bro. You know, the first one that was visible was the one that was by my groin area. And it's visible when you're standing, but when you're laying down or you're sitting, it goes out. It pops out. So I remember when we were shooting the Masked Singer, I thought it was because my suits were too tight. So every 5 minutes I'd go backstage just to open my hands and just...
Oh, the line is bad. We're missing gems.
Oh, man. Baby boy, the line is so bad.
You know?
Yo,
Yeah, much better.
Yo. Yeah, on the Masked Singer?
Something on the Masked Singer, I thought my suits were too tight. So I thought maybe, one of my eggs was riding up. So every once in a while, I'd go backstage to take my pants off to alleviate the pressure. I didn't realize it was because it was the hernia. And what the doctor explained to me was that it's because I'm pushing too hard. So already my body is extremely exhausted for what I put it through. But I'm also going to the gym every day, sometimes twice a day.
You gym a lot, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. So I push heavy weights. So because of that, that's what also caused my hernias to basically rip out.
I told you guys, stop this gymming shit, man.
Damn, bro, you gym till your intestines pop out of place. Fuck.
So Saul asked a very good question before we had you on. He said, "How do you prevent something like this happening? Like, what can you prevent it?"
Yeah.
Yeah, you can prevent something like this happening, bro. And it just, look, man, I think we all need to live a well-balanced life. I think what I did was I took gym and I made it my therapy. So no matter how worn out or tired I was, I'd still go to the gym every day, 2 hours, 3 hours a day. And I'd push, bro. Like I can push 440 on my legs.
Yes.
Which doesn't make sense for someone my weight, But that's what I do. I push through no matter how finished or whatever I am. But I realize I've been overexerting a very tired body.
And the operation, could you have died, bro?
Yeah, if I didn't go in time, the hernia could have caused hectic complications and they would have had to do an emergency sort of operation. And if it wasn't sorted, it could have ended badly.
Damn, bro.
So I needed to do it. But also, so what they've done is they've actually inserted another layer. And so what's happening now is my body has to climatize to that new layer to keep everything in.
Yeah.
So I think, bro, this is also God's way of telling me to slow down, bro. So
yeah,
I'm out for the next 2 weeks.
But we've got an episode this Wednesday, ne? You can slow down after the Wednesday episode.
Dog, that's also the most hectic thing about this, bro. I can't laugh. I can't fart. I can't poop. All my favorite things. I can't do. So even with PNC, I haven't even been in the writing room because I'm even if I go there, I'm gonna laugh, bro. So I'm not gonna be there, but there will be. I've got a dope replacement filling in for me on Wednesday, bro.
Aight. No. Speedy recovery, man.
I'll be back. Next one, I'm back.
Hey, man, we can't lose you, bro. People are dying left, right, and center, man. No ways, bro.
Nah. No, you can't lose me like that, papa.
You got like a bitch, man.
Imagine.
Death of cause hernia.
Yeah, dog.
People are dying from real things. COVID-8. Mina ngibulala hernia. Come on.
No, shout out, Pops. Shout out, man.
Shout out to you, Pops.
Come on.
Sweet, man.
I'd never do that to you guys. And Robert Boy.
So make sure you check the cast of PNC. They're going to be live. Their very first show ever live. At the Lyric Theatre at Gold Reef City Casino on the 19th of October.
Oh, beautiful.
So PNC is going on the road, man.
Shout
So you can check out Umpo Pops, Titi, Thabiso, Farida, Chandra Van Veek, and some special guests for one night only experience of a lifetime. Live stand-up comedy, live sketches, and a live recording of PNC with a live Get It Off Your Chest segment with the audience. So get your tickets right now at ticketpro.co.za for the cheese girls and the cheese boys. And speaking of shows, we've got another one that we've been cooking. Penduka.
Another one.
The show is called Barber's Chair. So it's basically a show for the OGs.
Oh, nice.
Yes, like our legends.
Abu Bab.
Yes, people that we want to honor. You know what I mean?
Barber's Chair.
So it's hosted by Slicker from Squatter Camp.
Oh, shit. Slicker.
Yeah.
And knows that.
And the pilot features DJ Smooth, Zwaipala, and Teko Mudise. So it's going to drop on the 14th of September. And just like we did with Piano Pulse, we urge all the chillers to check it out and let us know if you want it on the network or if you don't. That is the Barber's Chair on the 14th of September.
Oh, wow.
Dope.
And for everybody concerned whether Piano Pulse was coming back or not, the chillers have spoken. It is coming back.
Dope.
It is coming back, man. Big shout out.
Oh.
Piano Pulse is another show that we're airing on the network, so make sure you check it out. Big shout out to Legends Barber, by the way, for partnering up with us on the Barber's Chair.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
Legends Barber, yeah.
Do you know who would work? I don't know. He had expressed interest. I bumped into him at the gym in working with the podcast and doing something. Somla Dandala.
Oh, Somla Nadala.
Yeah, remember I gave you his numbers. He would work for the Barber's
Chair.
thing. I don't know what he wanted to do, but he would work
Nice.
for the barber. You know what I mean?
I haven't seen the pilot. Is it dope? Is it dope, dude? You saw it?
So what are they discussing? The timer issues and dads and
No, is it dope?
colon cancer.
You like
it? What is the cancer in my timer?
Talking about hernias and shit.
Yeah,
No.
and prostate cancer.
Anything, you guys belong there too.
Yeah, man, yeah, yeah. Shit, I can't wait for that, bro. And shout out to Sheldon of Legends Barber. He lost so much weight and he was sharing his tips there. He did such a great job. Yeah, shout out to Sheldon.
Oh, I want to see that.
All right, it's end of the month. It is time to fund a chiller. Big shout out to all the chillers that contributed. All you got to do is become a member, and then all the money that we raise from memberships, we give back to the chillers. So it's very simple. Just subscribe, become a member. It starts from like, what does it start from?
10 rand.
10 rand,
10
yeah.
rand.
It starts from like
Yeah.
10
Yes,
rand.
Peel's on the 10 rand. He's on the 10 rand membership.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then this month we raised 31,705
Oh,
cents.
nice.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Where does
So
the
we
5
know
cents come
already
from?
we've got a funded chiller, which is Monday from Vietnam. Remember I told you guys?
Oh, the guys who first sponsored all the cameras, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who's
Monday.
struggling now? Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
stuck in Vietnam.
shit,
So
man.
some of that money is going to go to Monday. The rest is going to Trejo Tebucho from Turfloop, but currently residing in Brakpan. I'm a scriptwriter and a filmmaker. I've always wanted to study film and TV production, but due to lack of funds, I ended teaching myself how to write scripts, shoot, edit, and direct short films and podcasts. I started a YouTube channel, Lang Tray Studio, where I shoot short films and podcasts on my Samsung 10. Yet I just managed to buy mics for proper sound with small money I used to earn as an assistant teacher. Now that Panyaza doesn't want to renew our contracts, I'm deciding on pursuing my dream of becoming a full-time filmmaker with the little that I have. I would like the Podcast and Chill Network to fund me a donation of studio camera lights, so that I can continue filming movies and podcasts on my phone without the quality reduction. So congratulations to Tebucho.
Shout out.
We are going to fund him this month. And then last but not least, my name is Pashalina, mother to Enrique, who was diagnosed with cerebral palsy 3 months after birth.
Oh, man.
We've been going to physio and hospital checkups to help him gain mobility and posture. I would appreciate for the fund to help me getting funds for the wheelchair physio bills, and travel costs, it will help us a lot. Yo, man, I feel like we're having
cerebral palsy.
Yeah, what is that? I'm about to ask you.
I don't know. It's serious though. I've always
Very-
heard
yeah,
of it.
yeah.
It's to do.
We're having like a medical podcast today, man. With all these operations.
It also has like a different types as well.
Oh, for
I hope they're not contagious.
No,
Yeah.
they're not contagious.
Nah, cerebral
it's
palsy, I
just
don't think.
an,
having a sickly child,
child,
man, that's like
it's
the
like, yeah.
worst thing to happen to a person. Eh?
you know.
Can you school us the fact checker?
So CP, also known as cerebral palsy, is actually a damage inside the brain. So it disrupts the brain from developing. So it disrupts the ability to control movement and to maintain posture or balance.
Yeah.
And it also can play a vital role in impairment in a person.
Yeah.
That's
Man, that is fucking heavy, bro.
So thank you so much to all the chillers, man.
Shout out,
These
man.
are the other chillers that you guys are helping. So make sure you do become a member, subscribe, and yeah, man, let's get those funds up and up so we can help more chillers out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Anything else, Ghost Lady?
There was Kelly Kumalo, guys. Do you want to hear about what she was?
Unless she's telling us what happened that night, we don't give a shit about Kelly Kumalo.
Yeah, she missed the flight. Why not at the case?
Yeah.
Not the flight.
It's about her missing the flights, you know.
Nah, I saw that.
She was just going on about, not happy with KMA. Like you also saw, there was like a week ago, also in Ngizwe, and I was also ranting inside the flights. At Chaga, it's King Bushara.
Ungizo was saying I'm a hubo on airs on the flight, so they called him to order and just you can't just get on the flight and just sing. You know what I mean? Like, guys, we need to it's our culture and tradition. You can't just do that, bro. Come on, man. I'm a hubo.
No.
Oh,
No.
hey.
But he says he was trying to, because it says obviously being at King Ushaga Airport, it's just about honoring and bowing to, Inkosi
You
Ushaka.
can do that outside of the aircraft.
Yeah, that's.
You don't need to do it in the aircraft.
So you went there and started going.
Yeah, started singing. I'm the guy who will up a lot. Aye, Samangwane, Exeni, whoever. You know that one? The Zulus are fake, yeah. Whoever. Aye, Samangwane, Exeni, whoever.
But he was not singing that.
No, he wasn't. He was singing other stuff. Like
Which one is
stuff.
boom, 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 boom?
That's Margaret Singana, bro. That's not a Mahubo, man. That's just from Ipintombi, I think. Yeah.
Anyway, it's time for the
no
big
traditional
announcement.
shit.
Here we go. Please welcome our friend of the show, Mr. Nick. What's his surname again? Kastastic.
Nika, it's
Kokinis.
Kekinis. So
Ah,
Kekinis.
he is. Nanzo.
Kekinis. Yes, Kekinis. It's Greek, right? Yeah, Kekinis.
All right, so it's official, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be releasing my first book ever.
Oh, shit. Whoa, bro.
Yeah, man. That's why Nick is here. We'll chat to Nick in just a short while.
Nick and author. I'm like, okay. Oh, man.
I was so confused when he saw me walking this morning. He was so
No,
confused.
I realized it's you the author. I was like, you must be Nick. We're like, hey, Saul. I was like, not a lot of white guys know me. So I'm like, you must be Nick, because I was surprised. Because, I found Mac would not interview an author. It finds them maybe boring or whatever, you know what I mean? So I was like, Nick, author, what is going on? Makes sense, man. Well done, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, I
man.
get
Thank you,
it.
bro.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. And it's crazy because I'm sure all the chillers watching now, they're like, Mac, book. He doesn't even like reading.
Nah, but it
What
makes
the fuck
sense.
is going on?
Exactly.
I don't think people publish books because maybe they like reading or maybe they want to read their own story. But
It's about you having a story to tell.
Well, yeah, one of the best stories, man, in the country, bro. I mean, everybody knows your story, dude.
But it's crazy, man. How it happened is because Nick, when was the first time we met Nick?
We probably met in like 2020.
2020,
About 4 years
yes.
ago now.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, so I think we had done an episode with
Junior Khanyi.
Junior Khanyi.
Yeah.
And he wrote Junior Kanye's book. So after the interview, because he's a chiller, right? So he's like, hey, man, I was watching the Junior Khanyi episode and I realized you guys missed some stuff. I'm available if you want me to come through. We can chop it up. and we're meant to record an episode with Nick, but I don't know what happened. I think it got postponed or cancelled or something.
Okay.
But it didn't materialize, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, how about you write a book? I'm like, fuck no, man. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't writing no book.
Yeah, for real.
I'm not even going to read it, man. Fuck out of here.
Wait, so what year is this now when you're saying that?
2020. Just after we recorded Junior Khanyi.
Oh.
Yeah.
Might be 21, maybe 2021.
somewhere
around
there.
Yeah, I feel like that was a great response because so much that would be in the meat of the book has happened past 2021. So your story wasn't yet mature enough, I feel, in 2021 for a book, you know? Because you just now started rebuilding, you know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like now there's like so many huge milestones. It's like,
So the crazy thing is God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
There's something that happened to me that I'd never shared with anyone, right?
Oh, shit.
Like not even the chillers know, not even you guys know in here.
Wow, bro.
Only my mom knew and a lady knew. It's in the book. But it was like pretty much a near-death experience, right? Which I we dive into it in the book, right?
For real?
Yeah, so after that, the crazy thing is, after that near-death experience, 3 weeks later, I think 3 or 4 weeks later, I meet up with Nick again. And he's like, yo, bro, are you still not keen on writing the book? I'm like, yo, dog, something just happened to me a few weeks ago.
And he caught it in the nick of time.
You know what I mean? And I thought to myself, I'm like, fuck, man, I just realized I'm not going to be here forever. And the thing with books, they're here forever.
Yeah,
you know
they
what I mean?
immortalize you.
Yeah, so that's when I was like more receptive, more warming up to the idea.
Beautiful,
and then we've been working on it for like a year now, right?
Yeah.
He's been flying in and out of Durban, coming to Joburg.
For real, bro.
Yeah, writing the book,
Shit,
man.
you can keep a fucking secret.
Tell me.
He hit us with one, but you had a near-death experience that we didn't even know about.
Yeah.
And he's been writing a book. This guy,
It was
bro.
crazy, bro. It's insane. So yeah, we started the book. It's available for pre-orders right now.
Pre-orders now.
Yeah,
It'll
so
be in
just
stores in October.
Yeah, it's gonna be in stores in October. It's available for pre-orders. Just scan the QR code right now, and the book is called Uncancelable. Before we talk about the book, just give us, in the chillers, insights about you, because you've written a lot of books. I think about 7, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's right.
You read Teko Mudiga's book?
Mlungisi, yeah. Wow,
Mlungisi,
shout out, man.
But you can tell the story, man.
Yeah, so just a passionate South African writer. My career started off as a journalist, and then I got given the chance to write Teko Mudiga's book when I was only 22, which started the writing career off early. Went on to be a bestseller. Since then, released 7 more books, including Junior Khanyi's book, including the book about Thembi Kgatlana, the first ever book about a black woman South African footballer. And it's just been a really cool experience, just bringing literature to new circles. And the thing about reading, I get your thing about reading, it is boring. Old books are boring. But there's a way to write them that can appeal to new people, And if your audience isn't reading, it's because no one's written a book for them. So that's the opportunity So just a best-selling published author. Last year came runner-up in the South Africa 40 Under 40 Awards for authorship and creative writing, all the guys under the age of 40, and there's not many of them that are writers. And I've been a fan, I've been a chiller since day one. And I've always thought Mac should have a book. First time I tried to convince him, he told me to fuck off, really emphatically. And then something weird happened, man. I went to, can't say too many details around, but I ended up going to Moria, the holy city there in Limpopo.
Yeah.
Which is a place Mac has been to as well. And after that, for some reason, his name kept popping into my head. And I was like, nah, man, this guy told me to fuck off, but did he mean it? Let's try again. And I tried, and I think even when I tried, he was keen. And then, I don't know, we've never spoken about this before. You can tell me if I'm lying. But I feel like you got turned off again afterwards. You were like, nah, I'm not sure about this. And you went cold for a little while. And I also gave up, and I was like, okay, this guy clearly doesn't want a book. And then I thought to myself, nah, man, it's not over. It's not over till the fat lady sings. So I tried something. I wrote just the first page of the book.
Oh, yes.
And I sent it to him on WhatsApp.
Oh,
I was like, if you're still interested, we can chat. If not, I won't bother you again.
And the crazy thing, the first time we started meeting and actually started workshopping the book, the angle I wanted to take, I didn't want to do the whole like book about my life and growing up in Venda. Boom, boom. I mean, we do touch on that, but it's like it's cameo.
Just for context.
Yeah, just for context. So I really wanted to talk about my passion for the craft, and like, because a lot of people ask me questions like, "How do you do the interviews? Like, what's your thought process? Like, whatever." So I really wanted to tap into the love for the craft, which is crazy because it comes out as I'm reading the book now. Like there's hints of the love for the craft throughout every chapter. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, especially your sort of, I can say your YFM education, your YFM upbringing. It's like YFM arrived in this country and it did something massive that's hard to really put our finger on for like Black youth culture in South Africa. Yeah. It ended up really sort of being part of it and then defining it. And we can say that you built something similar here. And it's you see this beautiful thread from like the YFM days and the first guys who start pushing risky context, your Rude Boy Pauls, Chili M, Fat Joe, all these guys, first guys who start introducing controversial content. You must remember that Mac's from a place where like the radio was Radio Pala Pala, where it's like political funerals, where it's like
funeral announcements
and
stories.
things. So like this guy grew up thinking like that's what radio is, and then one day moves to the big city and then meets Rude Boy Paul and these guys. And now you're seeing this like young mind get like crafted into thinking about what content could be, how you can push boundaries, and then it led you to sitting where you are today.
Crazy, man. So the book it ended up being about the journey of podcast and chill.
Yes. So it's not just a book for chillers and your fans, but even like aspiring broadcasters, podcasters, essentially, right? People who love the medium as well.
Yeah.
Wow, man. That's
so you can take the floor. I've asked him all the questions I've wanted to ask him.
Like, what's the process, bro? I've always wondered. Okay, firstly, before getting into that, you said you wrote a book about Thembi Kgatlana, first female footballer to have a book in South Africa. And you wrote a book about Teko Modise. And I'm not like taking a swipe at her, right? She's amazing. But there's another Modise, a Portia, who I feel like, she's broken so many records. Best ever African female footballer, pretty much, with the most goals. Did you try her and she said no, and then you looked elsewhere? What about Thembi's story do you feel like needed, to be told before Portia's?
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, it's not like I really had the option to choose between Thembi and Portia. I've been a massive fan of Portia since I was young.
Amazing, yeah.
She's incredible. Not only that, she's like a really cool person, as you guys have seen. She's really funny and just an incredible person who's done so much for the country and has never been rewarded for it for a second. So, if I had the option, who knows what I would have chosen. But it was actually Thembi who reached out to me. That was the thing. Thembi reached out to me and she said to me, no one is looking at us women footballers. No one appreciates how great we are. They just see us as girls playing soccer. And she's like, I heard you say something in an interview that makes me think you're the guy that could write this book. And the thing I said was, someone asked me in a radio interview, but don't you think it's fine that the guys earn more than the girls because the guys, they're playing in the bigger leagues and all that? And my answer was, no, I don't think so. Because for me, sport is about competing with your peers and beating your peers. The women's team consistently beat their peers day in, day out. The men's team consistently at the time lost to their peers. So I said, we're not like looking at this the right way. Our Banyana is badass. It is one of the strongest sporting teams in this country. We should be behind it. They carry these women are like they're incredible. So Thembi reached out, and her story is just unique because she was really young when she achieved the things she did. She scored the goal that sent us to our first Olympics. I think she scored our first ever World Cup goal.
Whoa.
She did, and like a lot of this.
She's done a lot.
2021. But I was actually saying before, I was asked this before about going from someone like Teko, who's like really controversial, a lot of crazy stuff happened, to Thembi, who's a God-fearing, very disciplined woman,
Did you know that Teko was part of the Illuminati?
I never said that.
Remember he told us about getting in a dark room and things in his interview. He's doing some shady shit, man.
He wasn't like in it, but he's had experiences with this.
Been approached.
He's been approached by them.
For real.
He's gone to meetings where there's like just white people in black hoods and like there's sacrifices and things. These people just tell him, check your account, there's 50,000 rand in there.
Yeah.
He's gone through things like that. So you go from a story like that to Thembi Kgatlana. But my thing that I was saying before is some stories need to be told not because they're popular, but because they're important. It was important to me to have the first South African black woman footballer's book out because of what it does for other young black women. Yeah.
Bro, and the crazy thing is when he started writing the book, Nick went back and watched all the episodes from episode 1.
Straight through.
Yeah, was that like the most intense research you've done? Because, I mean, he's got so much content and it's out there. Unlike Ateko, who I'm assuming needs to dictate his story to you.
100%. So this was a crazy experience for me because you actually asked me before, do you ever sit down and start writing with someone and then you're like, while they're talking, you're like, oh, I don't know if we've got a story here. That happened with Mac, actually. Not because they didn't have a story, but Mac is really shit guy to interview. Like, if you have to interview him, not many people have seen that. They've only seen him interviewing people. So, and it's natural because he doesn't actually have, like, a big ego and he doesn't love talking about himself. So it's hard to, like, extract those details. But then now we've got this resource, these hundreds and hundreds of hours of these videos uploaded. So I go to episode 1 straight from the beginning and I watched everything, 500 plus episodes. That was more intense than anything I've ever studied before. It was crazy. And I took those 500 episodes and the stories told me before and had to condense that all into one nice narrative.
Wow.
Jesus, fuck. How many hours is that, bro? Like,
so many hours. I mean, I last 4 months, I've worked 7 days a week, wake up at 4 a.m. to write. I've also got a full-time job, so I'm doing this, on top of that. So a lot of work.
We are told and we know that South Africans, truth be told, don't read, majority of them.
That's not truth.
If it's not true, how many units is a bestseller in South Africa to be a bestseller?
So I don't know the answer to that specifically, but what I do know, and I think that's a bit of a strange metric anyway, because of the money available to the people, and there's a whole lot of things that affect that. I think a good metric is: have you ever walked past an exclusive books and seen no one inside? There's always people in exclusive books cruising around. South Africa is actually known globally as quite a very passionate book-loving country. I know that may not seem it the way we talk to each other and the common narrative, and I know a lot of us don't like
books
reading.
Closing down at Maponya Mall.
That's like one branch, but you must know that like the company's still up at
Hyde Park and Rosebank and stuff.
Let me tell you another stat that I think maybe contextualizes nicely. Penguin, one of the biggest publishers in the world, they obviously have been affected by the digital change in the world as everyone else. Less print media, more digital media. As a result, they've had to close a lot of their offices around the world. They decided to keep 3 open. It was New York, London, and Johannesburg. Wow. Because of the demand here. But South Africans read in a weird way. They don't love fiction. Like a lot of the rest of the world, they love fictional stories. They love reading about dragons
novels,
and things like that. Yeah. South Africans love reading about South Africa. And a lot of our stories that are about South African figures and true stories, that's more entertaining than any Hollywood thing. And the people do generally support it. And also, there's new generations of writers coming like myself who are writing books for the youth. So when I wrote the Curse of Teko Modise book, a lot of guys, even old men, came to me and said, this is the first book I've ever read in my life, cover to cover. Because it was the first one that wasn't like so boring that I wanted to like jump off.
So it's what's there. It's not necessarily catered for us. You're right, actually, because I remember with the lady who wrote The Wife. Remember that series? Gomo.
Yeah.
That was big.
Yeah.
And people are passing it on PDF. But because it was a fictional story, though, but it was a story that told, stories of a black
and a lot
South
of people
African
had read it,
story.
actually. Yeah,
I remember during lockdown, that made the rounds. But is there money, though, in being an author in South Africa?
So it depends. The publishing business model is brutal. What happens in a traditional publishing thing is I come to you, a publisher, and I say, I've got this idea for the book. I say, Nandi, it sounds great. You can write that book. We will pay for it entirely. You as the author don't pay for anything. Then the book comes out. We keep 80% of the profits.
Yeah. It's the record labels of books.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same model.
Same
they
thing.
give, pretty much.
Because they're saying, we're taking a risk. There's a chance no one buys this book.
Yeah.
And then we've paid all this money for it to be printed.
And we didn't do that with this book. I'm funding everything with this one.
So this is going to be different. So Mac is going to earn money off his book. He's
beautiful.
He's going to change his life financially. I really think so. Which is a great thing to be able to say to someone you've written a book about. where I had to go to other guys and apologize to them that they're not going to see much money out of it because we end up being screwed by the publishers.
Sorry, Teko.
So yeah, there is money to be made of it,
man,
but it just depends on if you're being treated fairly or not.
So here's the crazy thing, because I'm just like Saul. He's just like me. We record, we don't look back, bro. We record, and then it's on to the next episode. We keep on moving.
Yeah.
So as I'm reading the book, it's so fun. It's like a trip down memory lane, because there's parts where the chapter I'm at now is Saul has just joined us. It's 2 days in the podcast, right?
Yeah.
And the first thing I asked him, we just started recording. I'm like, hey, dog, how's the weight loss going? He's like, yeah, I'm still trying to lose weight. I'm like, fast track 4 years later, he's still trying to lose weight.
No, he's gained. Son is gained. So was skinny compared to him now. You were skinny when you came here.
It's a journey. It's a journey.
So while we were chatting, he said something so profound that I never thought about. Like I'm saying, because we just work and we on to the next one.
Yeah.
So we never look back at the accolades and
No.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, sit on
but
our
please tell
laurels.
them about like what you said Podcast and Chill means to the country, like from having gone back and watched those episodes.
Yeah, it's been an incredible experience watching all those. So that's like 4 or 5 years squeezed into like a short time period.
Yeah.
And there's a few like takeaways. The first is that this thing just started with pure authenticity. You can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not like assuming, but I think that it started with pure authenticity and there's the desire to make cool content. Like that was the start. And because of that authenticity, it ended up growing to something much deeper. Mm-hmm. It ended up becoming the mirror of South African society itself.
Wow.
This podcast ended up reflecting not only the opinions and the thinking of the powerful people who are shaping our future and who have shaped our past, it also ended up reflecting the hopes and dreams and fears of just the regular South African households. Mm-hmm. The topics you guys touch on here are things that are foremost in all of our minds, but are very seldom discussed. You know, this ended up becoming a podcast about fatherhood, about Black fatherhood, about ambition, about responsibility. It ended up being about so many things, so much more than just creating cool, authentic content. 100%. So, and because you guys had this desire to always be on it and always be with what was happening, it's almost like you followed the country step for step along the way. And another takeaway that I have when watching it is that I really have the sense, after watching 500 plus episodes of Podcast and Chill, that we have been through the worst as this country and that we're about to hit our golden years. I really have that feeling. Wow. Because you watch these episodes and you see, damn, there was a time where there was looting. There was coronavirus.
And we were there in Soweto, remember?
And you guys were there. You
were
at Jabulani Mall.
2 days after that happened. Yeah.
Exactly. GBV, you guys were at the front and center of that fight, bringing activists in, opening up the conversation. There's so much that has happened. Like so many times we said this is the end of South Africa. And you guys have just been there with the people, holding their hands and just reflecting their fears and as well as their dreams the whole time.
Yeah.
So it ended up becoming
crazy,
this incredible,
bro.
like...
He said to me that, like, let's say you were in America, right? And you've been there for 6 years. I don't know how long this podcast has been going on for. But let's just say you're in America for 6 years. You come back, you don't know what the fuck's been happening in SA. If you watch the podcast from episode 1 till now, you'll catch up with what's been happening in the country.
Dude, but that's what everyone says. Like when we go, like, or people who inbox us or we talk to from England, all over the world, China, America, they always say they feel like the podcast is a window to back home and what's happening back home. The latest lingo, which one is this one? The latest language back home, the latest, music and the latest thing that's in, be it a fad or be it a thing of substance. Yeah. They always tune into the podcast just for that.
When he said that, I was like, fuck, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I thought we were just rocking. Yeah,
and you were. In fact, bro, you guys were just rocking. But the difference is it's almost like there's nothing between you and the people. Like there's nothing between you and the people. Whereas like a news program can, like, hey, folks, we're going to talk about a new trend today.
Yeah, propaganda.
The kids are saying, which one is this one? Like,
no.
And it's not going to work. Like, no one's going to understand. But you guys, just by rocking, just by being yourself, we understand. Just by watching you guys, we understand.
Can you tell them how we've grown, dude? How we've grown since we started in terms of the personalities on the pod? It's so crazy when he breaks it down, bro.
Yeah, definitely. That's super interesting to see. So I guess like starting with Mac, like small things, like first of all, when you started not very politically aware at the fact when you started the podcast, there was an election coming up and you even said like, I'm not even registered to vote. I don't even care. It's the same shit every time. And now it's grown to the place where now fast forward 5 years, you got Pule Mabe sitting opposite you.
We're trying to be in parliament.
And I guarantee you a lot of people informed, and I can tell you this, even young white people that I know who you don't know are fans of yours, informed their voting decision of the things they heard on the show.
Wow.
They really did. I informed my voting decision of the things I heard on the show. So just that, even that's a small example of something that like you guys grew completely. What I also like is that you can see both of you really actually implementing the things that you're told, because you sit here week in and week out, you interview successful, famous people, and you ask them for wisdom. And you don't even understand that as a side effect, you catch some of that wisdom, you know? So, another small example. The Celeste and Twala interview happened, okay? One of my favorite interviews. And obviously, that is an interview that I can imagine as a black person, like, speaks to black pride a lot and has you feeling a different kind of way afterwards. Shortly after that, there's a story you tell about you two in Lesotho at a gig. And then you come back from this gig to the hotel.
By the
security guard is like, no COVID mask, no COVID mask.
Oh, shit.
You're going to stay outside. Then some white guy came without a COVID mask and just walked in. And you guys said, fuck that. You like walked up and you just marched straight past him. Now, I don't know if just coming from Celeste and Twala's interview had any effect, but I'd like to think it did. She was sitting there like she was saying, you must not accept these kind of things. You know, it's exactly the kind of stuff she was talking about. You see, there's a lot of advice in the show about how to be in a relationship, about romantic things like that. And you can see the learnings coming from you as well. You've developed from calling Naledi my baby mama
my wife.
to my woman, to my wife eventually one day. You see that growth happening. You know? Your glow up has been absolutely incredible.
Thank you, Nick.
Where you started and where you come from. There's also a weird connection between you and the chillers in the comments that I don't even know if you're aware of.
Nah, not at all.
I thought so.
I don't go to the comments.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. But,
I shouldn't, yeah.
But
Thank you,
I
bro.
had to because my job, my work. But for example, it's a well-known story that you've said it many times that when you appeared on the podcast the first time, you're on the Gau train and there was some lady next to you and you were telling her hey, I'm excited, whatever. You've told that story more than once. But what you don't realize is on that podcast, that first one you appeared on, that lady commented on that video. She was like, I was sitting next to this guy on the train.
For real?
He was telling me about
I was drunk.
She said so. She was like, he was drunk as fuck. And she's like, I didn't know he meant this podcast. And
Not that graphic guy.
Yeah. And then there was like another time where you told a story, but you told a story from back in the day about it might have been around Crown Mines or somewhere. You're driving a car and you're going to your shift early morning. Some hijackers had set up a trap.
Yeah, around the Turffontein
area. You jump the
Rosettenville,
thing, you go to the robot and your car ran out of petrol.
Shit, bro. I remember that day.
And then you were sitting there and it was a very traumatic experience. But like, what you also don't know is that someone commented in that video, they're like, oh shit, I drove past Saul Penduka sitting on the side of the road, 5 a.m., sitting in smash window. I called my husband. I said, I wonder why Saul Penduka's chilling there, not knowing that 5 seconds later you would be hijacked. And she could have done something about it, but she didn't know you were in trouble.
Yeah, no, it was past after the hijacking. Because it was very dark at like 5 a.m. And then that happened at 6 a.m. Obviously, I'm chilling, waiting for the guys to tow away my car. A lot of people saw me, but they didn't realize that the car had been smashed into because the side they smashed from was facing the pavement. And a lot of people obviously passed by the driver's side, which nothing had happened. And I was chilling there for a while because guys only came at around 9, 10, was cleared the scene.
So you got a spiritual connection to the fans. They all have a lot of memories of you. From outside, from previous lives, from town days.
So have you seen the growth of the cast members?
Yeah, and another thing was that you've seen there's this incredible growth that happened in terms of your approach and perspective to Black Twitter. Something happened early on when Len was still part of the show and someone got so cancelled. And then you said like, hey guys, this Black Twitter thing's no joke. And Len said, no, you're overrating it. And then you said, no, you guys are taking this thing lightly. Direct quote, you said, this Black Twitter thing can break you. And Len said, if you allow it to break you, it will. Now, pause there. and fast forward a couple hundred episodes when you guys were getting cancelled proper the first time. And you and Sol were chilling together and you were very depressed and you were just being sad guys in a room. Then you decided to go out and buy a hot dog from the garage. You decided to go get some food. And when you went to this garage, you know, like an old lady came to you and said, I just have to let you know I'm a fan of the show. The petrol attendant said, hey, we're fans of the show. The guy cooking the Vorst roll said, we're fans of the show. And you said you came to a realization, this thing isn't real. This notion that Black Twitter can ruin you isn't real unless you allow it to be real. It has as much power over you as you allow it to have power over you. And you've seen that growth happen and it got to a stage where you got to make that incredible speech that people will read about in the book. But if you got cancelled for the first time after that show with Len, you weren't going to make an uncancelable speech. You know? That was growth that happened throughout.
Shit, you're right. Yeah, because I was scared of Black Twitter. Yeah, remember Khanyi? I remember. This was before, you know, like now we trend every week. But it was before we even knew what trending was.
You even said, imagine, someone asked you, imagine, what would you do if you woke up one day and MacG was trending on Twitter? You were like, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, because you got scared. Now every day.
Pretty much every day, man.
Exactly, yeah.
You had a question?
Actually, for yourself, Nick, how was your upbringing, or like that helped you with being able to just extract these Black stories and be able to actually write about them and be so accommodative to the culture? How do you get here?
So I guess it's important to understand different white South Africans, and the most common that people know about are Afrikaans South Africans and English South Africans. There's this other section called Mediterranean South Africans, which is people of Portuguese, Italian, and Greek descent, which is where my family is from.
Marco from Onside, he's Portuguese.
Jay something.
João Francesca.
So they're like different to like the Afrikaans South Africans that you would generally meet. We're not saying everyone. And you know, I'm the son of refugees who, you know, had to come from Greece, Cyprus, this very impoverished island next to Greece, and immigrate down to Egypt. They were kicked out of Egypt. They came to South Africa. So I'm like the son of these refugees and these immigrants. And what my dad told me growing up, he was like, listen, this is not your country. You are born here, but this is not your country. Your ancestors are from a different land. You need to figure out how to be a South African from the beginning. You need to figure out how to live in harmony, and not just in harmony, like you need to be able to work with your fellow South African, majority of whom are Black. And he said, so we're not going to take you to the cricket games growing up. We're not going to take you to the rugby games growing up. You'll only meet one kind of South African there. So from a young age, he used to take me to Orlando Stadium. He used to take me to MacG concert in Thabiso. Used to take me to just all kinds of crazy things. And he said, I don't know how to integrate with the country, you know. He had to go to school all over the world and he just never integrated. He said, but the best way I know how is through sport. Learn to love local football and you will start meeting people and you will start becoming part of it. And that's pretty much what happened. And
now he's a Kaizer Chiefs fan.
Makes sense. Not just a fan. Bro, what you're saying is so true. Especially like if Greek people, you know, and very close to Black people. Look at Kalawa, for example. It was started by a guy called Christos Kataitis. You know what I mean? There's always been, especially with the Mediterranean or white of Mediterranean descent, even with the fashion, Moko Gistarian, wearing like an Italian. That's why we Lazio Rose Modas, Pierre Catins, and all these other, you know, I don't know, some are Italian, I think some are French, but we've always integrated with you guys so beautifully in town.
And you often see them with like Black girlfriends and things like that. And it's not it's not like a strange thing, like when you bring like a Black girl home to like, it's not like, it's just like, who's your friend, come introduce us as part of it. Whereas in other households, it might be a strange thing.
So you're the cool whites, basically.
Not for me to say. Not for me to say.
A lot of them look at Danny K, man. You know, Danny K is Greek, right?
I think it's Jewish.
It's Jewish. It's Jewish. Okay, my bad.
They always confuse us.
That's why I married a white woman.
Like Mendoza and them tried. Gabu and them tried to pass it. Was like, it's not the one.
Cool. Yeah, so it's just a cool thing. Just through so sport was a great barrier break, and then I loved playing football. Because of that, I got to play for lots of township teams as well. So I actually played football for Imizama Year 2 team. I played football for a Chesterville team in Durban. Like these are like proper township teams where you get there in the day and they've organized the game black guys versus colored guys. Like that's the game.
Yeah, even in primary school, blacks be white. Yeah, exactly. A lot in primary school.
And then it's just me, the white guy on the black side. And then
there's always that one guy.
And there's two options for you as a white guy on the black side. You're either playing keeper or striker. And like, mustn't be here in the middle. We're doing serious. We'll tell you when it's your time. It's fine. We'll call you. Don't worry. We'll call you.
Yeah, bro.
So it's because of that that I guess had a very different upbringing to most white South Africans.
Okay. Please tell them about. We've shot over 500 episodes, right?
Damn,
but
bro.
there's two that the chillers absolutely hated. They crucified us for it. Please tell them which two episodes.
Yeah, there was one. I'm struggling to remember. Actually, what the actual episode was or what the thing was, but it was in the 400s. I'll go find it. It was in the 400s. There was an episode where both of you were drunk, but Mac was so drunk, and like to the point where he was just like bullying everyone in the room. Everyone.
I think I remember that episode. You said I don't like. I think I remember. Because I remember that.
How you can remember is the next episode you had to call Sizwe Dlomo in to be a mediator.
I think I remember that episode. Yeah.
So like, okay.
When we suspended ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember that episode.
Hey, they didn't like that one. They didn't like that one at all.
Jeez, bro.
And it's so funny because the chillers care so much about the show that they even want to protect the crew from you sometimes. And you're like, no one, don't speak to Tabang like that. Yeah. Leave Sipiwe as a child. He's not a child. They thought that before. A certain but the people are so invested in this, and they're like, when they see you messing up, they criticize, but it's because they're like upset. It's because it's like you're ruining something they love. They're like, guys, the subtitles, man, like we want to see you do better, things like that. So that's been interesting to see. So when they give you cack, it's because they love you.
And the other episode?
Hey, I mean, this one is like, this is a weird one to discuss. I don't even know what conclusions we can draw from this, but it's you criticize Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
People didn't like that.
Yeah. We didn't know who he was.
We didn't know who he was, bro. And we went with the media narrative.
Yeah, the sheep analogy.
Yes, we went with that. With just like snippets. We didn't even see snippets. We just heard things of what he had said, and we bandwagoned on that. And I think it was the last time we ever did that with anyone.
Yeah.
Because that happens to us a lot.
Yeah. That's why they were so disappointed.
Yeah.
They were so disappointed.
Yeah. When they feel like you've gone after someone, you haven't done your research properly, that's when the chillers
they'll come from. They come for us.
When they feel you have played both lawyer and judge, they come for you. They don't like it when you have a conclusion. So everyone was so complimentary about the way you handled the DJ Fresh interview.
Okay.
We won't go into it too much, but like the way you handled it, because it was not what people were expecting as a fan. And you actually really held him to account. We'd like, not saying he did anything wrong, we don't know, but you really like put the fire to him. Like asked what a lot of people were thinking, and people loved that. But then when you came on the next show, and then it almost felt like there was a conclusion as to his guilt. Even your mother gave you cack about that. But the South Africans don't like it when you judge before you know everything.
Yeah.
South Africans care about fairness and justice. So that's why they come for you.
Fuck, I can't wait for the book, man. And we know chillers, they're gonna post and say, hey, the near-death experiences on page what? You know how they like post when they're watching the show? They'll go to this moment and timestamp it. Yeah.
Oh, they would have uploaded the PDF to Facebook.
Anything you want to ask him, Ghost Lady?
Oh my goodness. I'm just so shocked and just swallowing all of this information. I think I'm curious to find out, like, in the times that you've looked at all these episodes, is there a part where you felt like, no, this is definitely something very important, but yet you felt it was not good for the book? So in your just sifting through the information, which was, it's like, maybe I don't want to delve into this. It may be a bit too much.
So not from the perspective of being too much or too sensitive, nothing like that. Because essentially Mac's the publisher, so there's nothing that's too sensitive for him really. And then we don't want to bore people, and we don't want to treat them like children. We give them the brutal, honest truth.
Yeah.
So nothing like that. But there was plenty. I almost feel like there needs to be a second book, because there was an issue that I need to tell you about. I go through these 500 episodes, and now in all these things, I'm just getting all this wisdom and so many funny moments and so many like just one-liners from people. I'm like, this is just like, this has changed my life. Hearing this one line has changed the way I am as a man. And I want to include that in the book. And the editor's like, nah, unfortunately, a book has to be a narrative. We got to show this whole thing, through. So some interviews are very consequential for the story of this podcast. Some of them are just amazing and but don't really fit in.
Okay.
And those are the things that the editor wants to cut. Now, I think there can be a separate thing where just a thing of just the wisdom that's extracted from this podcast that doesn't necessarily make sense in a beginning, middle, end story, but just teaches you a lot. I mean, as I say, it's absolutely changed my life. There's two things that are really stuck with me. One is like Dineo Renaka saying, you'll never get to experience people the way that they experience you.
Oh, yeah.
That was like a really powerful. And that's, I think, what you guys are realizing in this room now and you're hearing me.
Yeah. I wanted to say that literally. It's like, wow, bro.
So profound.
Yeah.
Bro, this is even this is scratching the surface, bro.
I can imagine, dude.
When we were going back, I'm like, fuck, oh yeah, and then that happened, and I just stopped talking. I'm like, oh yeah.
Seeing it from a different eye
Yeah, because
also,
I
right?
forgot about half of this shit, bro.
Yeah, because we're in it.
Yeah.
We can never step out of it and see it from that perspective.
Yeah.
And again, that's also the reason why you're successful, because I think if you had tried to be this force to change South Africa, it probably wouldn't have worked.
Never does.
But just by being authentic, you achieved
The
it.
one thing I asked him is that having gone over the 500 episodes, have we changed our content?
Oh, yeah.
That's a tough one to answer because, Mac, you're just like a naughty kid at heart. Like, you always have been. Like, you remain that. And it's almost like when things are going too well, you need to find a way to fuck it up.
Yes.
Always throwing a spelling in the works.
So there's some point people are like, wow, MacGyver's really, he's mature, he's not swearing so much in this one, he's not. The next thing, blowjob episode. Something like that. I don't think the content has changed and it's become more profound and it touches more people and it's...
And we're growing as
And
well.
you're growing, and now you've got other things like you promote black business, you've got a queer episode, you've got a car episode, you've got so there's... It's grown in that sense, but your love for crazy content hasn't changed, and that's why the people stick around. And I think a lot of that was probably, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but probably the influence of Howard Stern.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Who just wanted to push that all the way through, and never wanted to lose his authenticity. And I think
He loves
it's one of
Howard
your
Stern.
assets.
Jeez, man. Any question, Pindu?
Bro, I know you were one of, at some point, SA's youngest historian, but I'm more fascinated by you being a futurist, right? And I see how analytical you are. What's the future of the podcast and generally of South Africa as a futurist?
So for me, the future of South Africa looks incredibly bright, and the podcast really gives you that sense. We are seeing it's easy to get disheartened with the old generation. We've had them for long and we know the ways they've let us down. Also, there's an extent to which we can't really blame them for their shortcomings, especially like the older black generation. They grew up in a very unfair time. So there's a lot that we just have to accept about that generation, right? But now we see these incredible young, talented people who are making waves in different industries come on the show. And they give you so much hope about the future of the country. These guys have their shit together. They're focused and they're not caught up on the old bullshit. And seeing that we've survived things, seeing through the show that we've survived things like looting and COVID and those things, we've been through the worst, man. We survived the worst. I think South Africa's about to hit its golden years. And as long as this podcast cannot outgrow itself and just stay what it is, I think this podcast is going to be step for step in line with the progress and the future of South Africa. And in fact, something that's said in the book, a comment under one of the videos that stuck to me. This comment really, really stuck to me. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this, but after one of the videos, the chiller said, very soberly and calmly and not with any emojis or anything, said, this is not a show, but a movement, and will probably one day be looked back upon as the definition of a generation.
Woo! Yo, damn, man, that's a massive responsibility, man.
But not
Powerful, but damn,
But
bro.
you don't need to do anything different. If you do something different, you'll fuck it up. You just need to be yourself.
Always, and that's, I think we don't know how to be anybody else, really,
Yeah. So the future's bright. And South Africa must know that we've survived the worst.
Oh yeah, he's the one who told me about the Hendrik Vervoet story.
Oh yeah, of course you're Greek, right? Shout out, man. Because because Afrikaners weren't too fond of you.
No,
the apartheid government.
No.
Because of that incident.
Yes.
Because of that incident.
Dimitri Savendis.
I was like, fuck,
shit.
content.
Makes sense.
You've contributed to the
That makes
content
a lot
of
of sense, actually. That makes a lot of sense.
Did I narrate it properly?
I haven't heard it yet. Have you played it yet?
Yeah,
Yesterday,
Yeah.
Monday show. What's
Monday
Monday
show.
show?
Okay, no, I was
Yeah,
busy
2 days
traveling
ago.
to come here, so I haven't seen. Okay, I'll check it.
Yeah.
Tell us.
But man, that was crazy.
I'm interested to see your pronunciation of Tsafenda. I'm looking forward to it.
So is he a hero in the Greek community?
Not really, because he made the life of Greek South Africans very difficult at the time.
Oh,
so
shit.
like even my dad was quite young at the time, but he has memories of like being in, because now you must know people stayed in areas, right? So even white people, like there would be the Greek South African area, there would be the Jewish area, but they were in a couple different places.
Yes.
So in the Greek area, he said he remembers like being a youngster staring out like the window of the flat and seeing these Afrikaner mobs running around, burning down all the Greek stores and burning down things like that.
Shit.
So Tsafendas was outcast from his community because he made life difficult for him. And then the problem was time moved on and he was just never recognized a hero, by anyone. Buried in, I don't know if you included this detail, but buried in an unmarked grave with
10.
less than 10 people at his funeral,
Makes sense though, because he did bring misery upon you guys by the government of the day.
So the young Greek South Africans, we look at him as a hero, very much.
Of course.
So, yeah.
Killed for food, bro.
Exactly, which we thought was wonderful. So it's complicated.
Understandably so.
Beautiful, man.
Wow,
All right,
man.
so the book is coming out when?
October.
Uncancelable.
Uncancelable.
Yes.
So it's just uncancelable, or is uncancelable something of
Uncancelable,
MacG?
The Incredible Rise of MacG.
I want to see the cover already. I want to see the cover, man.
Make sure you scan this QR code right now. We are here, man. Podcast and chill. This is for if you want to pre-book, yeah?
Pre-order,
Pre-order.
because you must know, we're doing a limited print edition.
Yeah, we're doing a limited,
So
yeah.
people are already ordering, like it's probably going to be sold out by the time it comes out, so we're opening pre-orders now.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to do limited, man. Yeah.
No one here doesn't DJ anymore. Fuck bookings. I release books. Fuck bookings. We sell books.
Boom.
Welcome to Black Excellence. Do not fear, for if you do, just sip on some grandeur. And if you still do, ask ourselves, what would Mapapunzi do? Parama chila, itlesha lefiki. Ungoyigi, even if when they ask you, how sabini, do not fear. For if you do, just say, Anistivi. This is the medicine of censorship. This is the pill. Which one is that one? Podcast and chill.